Hello Aquarius, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. My smarty pantses, how are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. I'm here with a couple of decks. If you've been here before, you know how it goes down, right? I do the oracles first and we get the overall energy for the week ahead. I'm always reading for the week ahead, whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year. And today it's going to be the Soul's Journey Oracle and the Kipper deck. We're going to get the overall energies for that. Then we're going to throw some tarot at it, find out what's going on. How are you, Aquarius? I hope you're well. Let's find out what's going on for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. And hey, if you've never been here before, thanks for giving this a shot. If you decide to stay, there is a subscription button down in the bottom right-hand corner of this little box where I live. If you'd like to hang out with this beautiful Aquarius tribe. Let's find out what's going on for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Give us some good energy. Your readings have been so great lately. Tell me about Aquarius, please. We've got grief, we've got envy, and we've got friendship. All right, we've got self-esteem on the bottom of the deck. Let's examine a little bit here. We've got grief. It says, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So it does feel like you have lost something and maybe you're grieving over it just a little bit, but it feels like you have fond memories. I'm going to say it doesn't feel like a terrible energy. It feels like you have fond memories about something. And although that you are sad that it is gone or it has changed form possibly, that it feels like that you're in this energy of a little bit of grief. Envy. It says, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So it does feel like you are having a challenging time in the week ahead, that you are going through some sort of a grieving process because of something that has left your life or something that you've decided to leave behind. It could be a friendship, possibly, Aquarius. We do have friendship. It says, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. So maybe it's a special friendship here that possibly you might be grieving. It says, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So it feels like that it's like a challenge that you were in and that you lost something in that challenge. Maybe you were having a challenge of thought pattern. Maybe you were trying to make a decision about something, but maybe somebody here helped you through that, helped you, like a special friend, helped you through to make a different decision. It says that they are in your life for a reason. I've got self-esteem. I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. All right. Let's find out about grief. Tell me about grief, please. Losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Oftentimes we don't know what we have until it's gone, right? Tell me about grief. Tell me about grief for Aquarius, please. All right. We've got toil and labor. Look, it says it could be about a job for some of you. It doesn't have to be necessarily about a person. Toil and labor is like you're doing the most work for the least pay. So for some of you, it could definitely be a job. I feel like you were seeing synchronicities. This is card number 11. So maybe you were seeing ones or 1111. You were seeing synchronicities and paying attention to that. So losing something, is an opportunity to appreciate it. I feel like you had gained a lot of knowledge here in this relationship, in this place. It feels like really hard and arduous work. So it feels like something was really hard and you decided to let it go, is what it feels like here, whether it's work or a relationship, a friendship. And I feel like you have fond memories or thoughts about it, but I feel like you've decided that it's not necessary to come into the next vibration of your life. So it says, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. And we do have change. Okay. So I feel like you have challenges with change, and that would kind of track for you, Aquarius, because you're a fixed sign, right? I'm a fixed sign too. I'm a Taurus, and you're an Aquarius. Maybe it's in your sun, but this is a fixed sign, Aquarius. Aquarius is a fixed sign regardless of where it shows up in your chart. So I feel like change. It feels like you have a challenge with change, and maybe it's why you're expressing a little bit of grief about something that you've lost, and you're trying to look on it fondly. So whether it feels like something that you were just having to put way too much work into, and you just realized you can't put any more work into it. It feels like a friendship that you have with a special friend in the week ahead. You're realizing that this person is in your life for a reason. Tell me of this. Tell me of this for Aquarius. We have concern. Okay, so it does feel like there is, well, this person, as I'm looking at them on the chair, they do look like they're sort of in concern. This person's eyes are closed. I want to say that they're waiting for inspiration. The light is coming through the window. It feels like with these orchids here, it does feel like it's a very respectful, kind sort of friendship, I want to say. But you're having some sort of a realization about it, and maybe there's brought up some sort of a concern. We'll look at that more. Let's wait until tarot comes out and we'll get some details on it and see if we can get any more clarity here. We've got the privileged lady. Maybe this is the person who is the friend or the mature woman. And then we have the coffin. So maybe it is a friendship that has gone by the wayside. So we do have somebody who's possibly older than you or somebody who's mature. It doesn't have to mean that they're older than you, just somebody who's mature. They could be younger and be mature. But the coffin is about something coming to an end because clarity. Card number 19 is the sun, right? And we do have the sun coming through the window. So it does feel like maybe there is something that you're releasing or giving up. It could be a relationship with a mature woman possibly in order to get to the next vibration, which is the vibration of the Empress. And so it feels like you've decided that you're going to release some things in order to be able to get to this better vibration. And we've got card number 12. And for me, this particular card is the Empress in this Kipper deck, only because 1 and 2 is 3, and 3 is the number of the Empress in the tarot. So whether you're going to the Empress level or somebody else is, I feel like you're letting someone go, and a situation that was really tough or really hard for you. You're letting something go here. It feels like it could be part of going into the next level for you. It's part of your self-esteem. It's like something that you're really trying to work out for yourself. It says, I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. And so it feels like you are going with your gifts of the soul or listening to your intuitive energy. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about this toil and labor. Tell me about grief, please. Tell me about toil and labor. Understand that letting something, that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Tell me about this for Aquarius, please. We've got the Knight of Cups. Oh, Aquarius, I probably should tell you that I do have private readings open. Please check the pinned comment. So let's get back to it here. The Knight of Cups is here. So you know what it feels like? It feels like you're grieving some sort of a romantic connection or something that it feels like you've lost a person that was a lot of hard work, and maybe it was a romantic connection. It feels like it was you would have had to have worked too hard or put too much work into it, and I feel like it was a romantic connection, but maybe it wasn't platonic, like maybe it wasn't on both sides. Let's find out about envy. There's change that's going on here. And I feel like you're having a hard time with the change. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, and it's because you're very rooted in your values. You're very stable and sturdy. I didn't want to have to move from here, but it looks like you're being forced to change. I don't think that this relationship, possibly, maybe it was a relationship, but it's something that you've lost that possibly was yeah, it feels like it is romantic, though, we'll just say. But it feels like there is change going on here. And I feel like you were so rooted in where you are that you really didn't want to change. You didn't want anything to change. But I feel like, unfortunately, you're being uprooted here. I think it's for your own good, because the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who thrives in being solid, right? Thrives in planning things, thrives in planting their own garden, taking care of themselves, taking care of their money, being very stable. But I feel like it's rocking, whatever is changing here is rocking your stability here. Tell me about this friendship and the concern about it. Tell me about this friendship and the concern. We've got the Hermit. The Hermit, huh? This person could be a Virgo. They could be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. Could be a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. The Hermit energy tells me that you've been in quiet contemplation over some sort of a friendship, that you understand that this person is in your life for a reason, but there is a concern. And I think that the concern is the reciprocal energy that you're getting. So maybe they want more from you than you're willing to give, or you want more from them than they're willing to give. I feel either way, it's really hard work. I think that these are connected somehow. Let's figure it out here. Tell me about the Knight of Cups. Tell me about the Knight of Cups. Tell me about Aquarius. Tell me about the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Hanged Man energy, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel like this is something that you thought about for a while. You thought about how whatever it is that you let go of here, whatever it is you're having grief over, how it would fit into your life in the long term. So the Three of Wands is here, and that's about the future. You were looking into the future with this Hanged Man energy and saying, how exactly does this Knight of Cups energy, this romantic energy, how does it fit into my life? Because it feels like you're now making plans or looking into the long term in your life here, and you're really sort of contemplating things, right? Because the Hanged Man is about seeing things from a different perspective. It's like you're getting a different perspective. I'm in a bit of a pause. I've really got to think about this. Do I really want to work this hard for this relationship, this job, the situation, whatever it is? I feel like this Hanged Man is telling me that you end up sacrificing maybe a friendship. You sacrifice a job. It feels like the Knight of Pentacles tells me it took you a really long time to make the decision to do that, but you've realized that there's greener pastures elsewhere. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. So it feels like you're deciding that you're going to put your time, effort, money, whatever it is, into something else. And so that means that you've got to sacrifice some sort of romantic connection or something that you would have had to have put a whole lot of hard work into. It does feel like maybe somebody here had the opportunity to get into a connection and decided against it. The Knight of Cups is about romance, and or at least that's how I'm feeling it today. Sometimes I don't feel it like that, but it's also the passive Knight. So I feel like somebody was like giving you sort of passive energy that they were interested in you maybe, and you realize that then they were looking at the long term, and that's not what you wanted. And so I feel like it took you a while to make a decision possibly, but you did finally make a decision that I really don't want to work that hard on this. Tell me about this change. Now, because you made this decision of maybe sacrificing a friendship possibly, because there is the Hermit here, which tells me that things are very quiet here, and the quiet is the concern for you. So we do have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Hierophant here. We have the Six of Cups. Yeah, there is a change in structure here, is what it looks like. The Ten of Cups. And so I feel like there was a really solid friendship here, is what we're looking at. And it feels like somebody maybe caught feelings. The Hierophant is a pretty steady, sturdy structure. It is somebody who is on the right path, doing the right thing, but they are on their own path. And maybe you realized, looking at it with the Three of Wands, that your paths weren't going in the same direction. So we do have the Six of Cups. This is somebody that you feel incredibly connected to, like in a soulmate way. This is a soulmate friend possibly that we're talking about. Somebody who feels like family or makes you really happy when you're in their presence. I really feel like something has changed. And so the change is uprooting you and making you move into a new vibration, or it forced you. It's like the universe forced you to get out of this steady structure. It's like you were digging in your heels and you didn't want to make a change because of this soulmate connection. But I feel like you're going to be happiest when change finally does come. We do have the Hermit energy here, and it does really feel like you're quiet with a friend, and I feel like that's concerning. So there's now, where there used to be chitter chatter, we used to talk all the time, it feels like now there's just silence. And I feel like that is a concern, either for you or them, or maybe both. Tell me about the Hermit. Tell me about the Hermit, please. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, we've got the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Swords. So I feel like Yeah, I feel like you've had a realization. The realization is that you know what you want for your future, Aquarius. It feels like you know what you want. You've really studied it from a distance. It feels like with the Ten of Pentacles, you want legacy, you want abundance, you want something to last a really long time, and you're really confident that you know how to get it, that you know how to build it. So it does feel like with this Hermit energy that maybe since this has ensued, like it does feel like there's someone else that I feel that you had a really good deep friendship with, and then it turned over into something different, and it feels like it changed everything. It feels like now where there was a lot of conversation and communication, it looks like things have gone silent, and now we've just stopped talking, and now we're just viewing each other from a distance or online. Tell me about the change. Tell me more about the change for Aquarius, please. We have the Knight of Wands. This happened, I'm going to say it feels like Aquarius that it's not something that you would have wished for. It sort of was forced on you. It's like it came out of nowhere, I'm going to say. That you felt it came out of nowhere. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, but it was supposed to happen that way. It was destiny. We've got the King of Cups. We've got the Three of Pentacles, and we have the Six of Wands. So I feel like this came out of nowhere. And what I feel is happening here is that somebody that you know, a deep-rooted friend, somebody caught feelings. For some of you, it could be a job that we're talking about, that this is the grief that you're feeling. But if it's not that, and it is the relationship, I think that this is explaining what's going on. Something came out of nowhere with the Knight of Wands, right? Somebody took a risk, and it feels like it changed everything. So it's like now we're not really sure where our friendship stands, is what it feels like. And it feels like that is a part of the grief. That I thought we were putting a lot of work into this, or maybe it ended up being a lot of hard and arduous work. I feel like the King of Cups being here is telling me that we're silent. We're not really showing on the surface that somebody here is hurt. Maybe you are, maybe they are. But the Three of Pentacles is we're still in the same social group. We still work in the same place. We're still in the same network. And so we've got to make this work the best that we can. So we've got the Six of Wands, right? The Six of Wands is somebody who's been through a tough time or a hard cycle, but is looking at coming home. I feel like you thought that maybe you think that this network or this community you've created or this social group or maybe this workplace was your community. And it feels like that felt like home to you now, but it feels like now everything has changed. I want to know what the concern is about for Aquarius, please. What's the biggest concern? We've got the Sun here, we've got the Four of Wands, and we've got the Ace of Cups. So the biggest concern here, I think, is that you've had a breakthrough, but the breakthrough doesn't feel good. You're in a little bit of grief. It feels like you're in this healing process right now, trying to heal with the Ace of Cups, it feels like you just don't know where to place your energy at this time when it comes to this connection, because it does feel like it is like a deep friendship that you were caught off guard by. That's what it feels like here. So the Sun is here. The Sun is, I would say, helping you with a little bit of clarity while you're healing. I feel like the Sun is a healing energy, but it's also a realization too that it was time for you to leave some sort of a vibration. Maybe it's time for you and this person to split vibrations. Maybe you're going one way and they're going another. The frequencies weren't right. But I feel like what's coming up for you in the future is the Ace of Cups. So I feel like it tells me that with the Sun here that you made the clearest, best decision that you could make, that you probably made the right decision. We've got the Two of Wands here, and so there is an action that you had to take after careful planning. And I feel like it does end up in some sort of a happy state here, but I honestly think that there's not going to be a whole lot of conversation going on after this. It feels like we're going to be holding back the things that we say, or we're going to edit ourselves, or be very careful, or be very honest and very truthful. It feels like we have to move on from here with the Six of Swords. So it does feel like that for most of you. I'm going to leave that right there, Aquarius. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. If that is at all anything that you might think that it is, if it's resonating with you, please let me know in the comments. I'm going to go for now. I'll be back because I'm always back. You guys be careful and be well. Bye-bye.